हर्षा मैम स्टार्ट करना है। हर्षा मैम।
Yes, Deepika, start.
Okay. Yes ma'am. A very warm afternoon to all. On behalf of the English department, I am Yamuna Ramdas Madke. Welcome you all to today's 4-day sessions of the Career Oriented Diploma course in Communication Skill and Personality Development organized by the Department of English. I hearty welcome to the Principal of Sri Binzani City College, Dr. Sumit Maitre Sir, Vice Principal Dr. Tandulwar Sir, HOD of English Department Dr. Anil Shende Sir, the guest of today's session, Mrs. Harsha Shende Ma'am, the organizing team members, IQAC Coordinator Dr. Pranjali Kane Ma'am, Ragatate Sir, respected teachers and dear students. Welcome you all for this 4-day session. Now let's start today's session with our eminent resource person, Mrs. Harsha Shende Ma'am. The topic of today's session is errors in writing, which is very important for learning English. Let me take this opportunity to introduce Ma'am. Ma'am has done her MA in English. She has done and qualified state exam in English and also completed the BA. Presently, Ma'am is working in SVCT College, Nagpur as a contributory lecturer. I request Harsha Ma'am to begin the session. It's over to Ma'am. Thank you so much, Ma'am.
Yes, thank you, Yamuna.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope I am audible here. Yes, am I audible? Please tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so before start this lecture, I would like to share my PPT. 1 minute. Okay. One minute. Just a minute. That title bar is not, it's visible here. Okay. Okay, it's visible. Please tell me. Hello, everyone. It's visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good. So, see, before start my lecture, I would like to thank Principal of College, Dr. Sujit Maitre sir, HOD of English Department, Dr. Anil Shende sir, IQAC Coordinator, Dr. Pranjali Kane ma'am, Raktate sir, organizing team, and thank you very much everyone for giving me such an honor. And my dear students, today I'm going to start or going to engage this lecture which is based on errors in English. Okay, so this topic is very important for our academic point of view, and you know very well about this. Okay, so sometimes what happens, sometimes we use the English language in our writing as we speak informal language, means in not we not use formal language in our day to day routine. We use informal language and we write down as is it, means how we speak or whatever our language we use that. Okay, so but when the problem create, see, the problem creates when the teacher examines you in your exam, or in this topic is very important for the competitive point of view also. In competitive exam, that uh, we can say that topic is included there. Okay, so this is very important. So when your teacher examines that, what happened? You lose your marks there. Okay, so such a type of writing is known as colloquialism. The we can say it termed as colloquialism, means use language in writing as we speak. That is called colloquialism. Okay, so this is about colloquialism, means however we speak, we use that language in our writing also. But students, please tell me that you means you have to remember that mistakes in writing can be embarrassing you in front of the others, and it may be costly. Okay, means you that thing maybe makes you shame, means it becomes the cause of shame on you, it just embarrassing you, and maybe you have to pay for that in your life. So I give you one example here, that would you buy from a company whose marketing material was prepared with common mistakes that could have been easily avoided by us or by everyone? Because whatever he we can say whatever he produced in his company, that material is damaged, or material is we can say that not good. So how we buy it, this thing also applicable for our writing. If our writing is not good, so what happened? It's not accepted by the teachers or in academic sector. Okay, so first I advise you, means I am just giving you advice here, that take some time to familiarize yourself with the mistakes listed on this page, and remember to always get somebody else to check your writing before it is published. Okay, and even the most confident writer make mistake, means mistake, everyone can do mistake, or everyone can does mistake. Okay, so this is not a big thing, but you have to we can say cautious, or you have to very aware about that mistake not created by you again and again. Okay, so now let's begin the session first. This is the first page. Okay, then see the second one. Okay, so this is the introduction. Introduction means we know that the writing, or whatever we write, this is the skill. Okay, and writing skills are an important part of our communication. Okay, and good writing skills allow you to communicate your message with clarity and ease. Means if your concepts are clear, if your writing is free from the grammatical mistakes or grammatical error, what happened, it becomes clear to the people and easy for the understanding. Okay, means see, whenever you talk with someone in English, no one we can say they not see your mistakes, and although they notice that, they not show you your mistake, because they consider that it's not my work to show the mistakes. Okay, so you have to we can say that for declining your mistakes or reducing it, you have to read more, you have to write more. If I'm saying I, or not I, he writes a letter, so I should know that if I use he as a pronoun, so verb itself becomes plural, means he writes a letter. When I notice that, if I write that word, if I hear that word, after that I notice that this word carries that type of verb. Okay, so this is the introduction. Then see, why is writing so important in our life? Why writing is so important? Because writing influences the way we think. Whatever you think, you just express yourself through the writing. Okay, and this writing enables us to reflect deeply on our experience, to examine critically our most basic assumptions. Assumptions means your belief, what you believe, or whatever you just we can say your prejudices maybe here, or your pre-assumptions is there. Okay, so it examine critically our most basic assumptions, our most basic belief, and to be in touch with our innermost selves means we express our inner mind through our writing. We know many authors, they just write down their autobiography, they write down the biography of others. So what happened, they express themselves, they express themselves or their mind through that writing. So it to it just we can say the touch of our inner mind. Okay, and it would enable us to gain a deeper understanding of ourselves as well as society, people, and life in general. Okay, so it would makes mandatory to us to gain a deeper understanding of ourselves, means we understand ourselves through writing, we understand our inner we can say inner thoughts, and as well as societies, aspects of society also, aspects of different peoples also through the writing, and life also in general. Okay, so for that, writing is very important in our life, and we should write down a formal language whenever we write. Don't use colloquialism language here, however you speak. Okay, so here I just give you one example how we use colloquialism. See, if I'm saying each of them having different expression, okay, each of them having different expression, this is a wrong sentence. So how I should say that sentence? See, each looking different. This is the correct sentence. If I'm saying each of them having different expressions, so this is the means we use this sentence as we speak, but grammatically it just we can use this sentence as each looking different. Okay, so this is the example of colloquialism. Then see, here we means there are common mistakes we use in our day-to-day life or day-to-day writing, and commonly some words which are always confused us. Okay, so the misuse of words and phrase in writing is very likely a, a result of mistranslation between spoken English to written English, and it is a transition from informal to formal language. There are some homonyms words that sound similar but have different meaning, are confused by the students. Okay, here let me share one example with you, that in my class, I'm not uh, give that the reference of that class, that which class I taught this. So in that class, I just dictated. Okay, I had dictated them that communication skill. Okay, and in that communication skill, the word I used there as written communication. Okay, so I thought they know the spelling because written is very easy spelling. Okay, so what happened after some times when I had checked their copies. So what happened? I saw that everyone wrote the spelling of written as RETURN. Okay, so I was shocked at the time. And in that lecture, I realized that students don't have that type of awareness. They're not aware about the spelling, they're not aware about the use of spelling. Okay, so that type of words always confuse to the students. The word like a principal, 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 and PRINCIPLE, principal. Hope you know the meaning of both the principal. Okay, so this type of words always confused to the students, and this misusing words can change the overall meaning of the sentence. So it is very important to know which word to use and how to write a phrase correctly. Okay, so I just give you here one some examples. See, if we write down write, WRITE, write. Okay, then how we use here? See, she was asked to write the essay. Means I use here write as a verb. And here in this write, RIGST, write, the right solution to the problem was given by Rahul. Right means that correct solution. And WRIT, right, means likhna. We know the meaning of that. Same word happened with the birth. birth, birth. We know the meaning of birth because everyone traveled by the we can say that train. So you know that the meaning of birth. So here how I use this word, we had booked 3 births. Then birth, birth, birth. How I use this word, the birth of the twins was a miracle. Okay, so we know how to use the words in the sentences, and we should also know the meaning of the sentence. Then see sight. My eyesight was weakened by watching television constantly. Eyesight, we know sight means drushti, जिसको बोलते हैं. Then site, site, site. Site means place. The manager frequently visited the company's site. Okay, so that type of words always confuse to us. But if we know the meaning and of that word, so we can use that word properly. Okay. After that, see homophones. Homophones, what type of words here? See, sound the same but are often spelled differently. Some words sound the same but have different meaning. Okay, some words are spelled, means sound the same but are but often spelled differently, means their spelling uh, is different here. The spelling is different. Okay, but some words sound the same but have different meaning. Like this example I give you, two 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 means it has the same sound but the spelling is different. Okay, so see I give you examples here, means if I give example it will more clear to you. So two, two, we know two means number. This is the number. Okay, so two is a number. So please get 2 apples from the cabinet. This is the example. How I use here, that this is the number, means it shows that 2 apples are there. Okay, and T double O, two means also or extremely, means get the bananas too, means I also want the bananas here in this sentence. And TO2, we know the use of two. The two is used to show motion. Motion means that activity, that action. So I'm going to the shore. Then that type of words means there are many words, but I choose some word here. I select some words here. See, can. Okay, can is used for asking permission. Then can is used for metal container. We use both the words in different situation and different way. Then tire means that the tire of car, that is the car wheel is called as a tire. Then tire, we say I'm too much tired now. What means get fatigue, means you are tired, you just mentally as well as you physically tired now, physically you become fatigued. Okay, so this is the word, we can say these are the words which shows different meaning although they have same spelling. Okay, hope you understood it well. Then see, in exam or in competitive exam sometimes they ask spotting errors. Sometimes experts ask you spotting errors, and in that spotting errors they gave the means they ask the use of prepositions, means spotting errors in the use of prepositions. And we know the meaning of prepositions and what are the prepositions we know, but how to use sometimes we don't know about it. Okay, so this is means we have a short time, so I'm not able to explain all the things in detail, but I just try to give you that idea. Okay, so see, the prepositions at, on, and in are used for position. We know that. The preposition to is used for movement or direction. Then see, there is some rules about the prepositions, that no preposition is used with verbs or movement and noun. We not use prepositions with verbs of movement or an noun. And no prepositions is used at the end of the sentence. We never see that any preposition used at the end of the sentence. And in general, a preposition should come before the noun it modified. We know that preposition always come before the noun, which noun it modified. Here I give you some examples. See, I was born at Mumbai. This is completely wrong sentence. This is an incorrect sentence. How you should use that sentence? As I was born in Mumbai. मेरा जन्म कहाँ हुआ था? मुंबई में हुआ था. The second example, see, that's the warrior. Warrior, I must talk to. Here they use that preposition at the end of the sentence, but it's completely incorrect. We should use that sentence as, that's the warrior to come to whom I must talk. Means we use here to for modifying the noun. Okay, see, next example, at the end I was able to finish my homework. This is completely incorrect. We have to use it as in the end. In the end, the we not use the here, we use in the end I was able to finish my homework. Okay, so this is about the spotting errors in the use of prepositions. Then see, spotting errors in the use of tenses. This is very important because we used, or we can say this grammar is based on tenses. So we should know about the tenses. See, if I'm saying it is raining for 2 days, this is incorrect sentence. How I will correct it? See, it has been raining for 2 days. It has been raining for 2 days. See, in this sentence, here the error lies in using the present continuous instead of present perfect continuous tense. For that, we should know about the tense. We should have the knowledge about the tense. So we use the present perfect continuous tense to talk about an action which started in the past. What I'm saying, that it has been raining for 2 days means though 2 days से raining हो रही है. Okay, so we here talk about an action which started in the past, has gone on till the present, and is still continuing. So we should aware about that. Then see the another example I gave here. The sun is shining during the day. This is the wrong sentence. Okay, the shining of the sun is universal truth. No one can change it. So it should be in present tense, simple present tense. So how I correct it? The sun shines during the day. Shines. Why I use shines here? Because the sun is more, we can say it modified. We just use instead of sun, it. And when we use it, we means we use verb as plural. Okay, so here the sun shines during the day. So this is some of the errors which spotting in the use of tenses. These are the errors. Okay, after that, see, punctuation and some words are there which often confused. Okay, due to punctuation, words often confused. Okay, so see, the purpose of punctuation is to make the meaning of the sentence clear. We know that a sentence in the absence of punctuation can be ambiguous and equivocal. Okay, if I am not taking any pause here, or not giving any we can say any space in my talking, so what happened, it becomes monotonous and it becomes means it's not carrying any harmony there. So if you not use punctuation like full stop, comma, so what happened? It becomes, or you're talking or you're speaking, it is become here ambiguous. Means no one can understand it, what you want to say or what you want to carry, what you want to carry your message, how you carry your message. No one can understand. So punctuation is very important in our speaking. See, the following pairs of sentences can easily bring out the wild difference in meaning while applying different marks of punctuation. See, I gave you one sentence here. Sentence means not one but two sentences here. Okay, sentence is same. Both the sentences are same, but due to that punctuation or due to that we use that sign, see how it changes its meaning. See, sentence A is means as a Ram, my friend is ill. What I'm saying, Ram, I just take one a short pause here. Ram, my friend is ill. Then I'm saying, Ram, my friend is ill. See, due to that punctuation, both the means although that sentences are same, but it changes its meaning due to that punctuation mark. Okay, the sentence A means that Ram is my friend. I'm saying Ram, my friend, is ill. Okay, so first sentence is saying that Ram is my friend and he is ill. And the sentence B means that I'm telling Ram that my friend is ill. Means I'm just telling to Ram that my friend is ill. See the magic of English language. Okay, due to that punctuation, how the meaning of that sentences are changed here. Okay, so these are some punctuation marks. First one is a full stop, then this is the interrogative sign, means we know question mark we can say, and note of exclamation, then comma, quotation mark, colon, semicolon. This is called colon and this is called semicolon. And many we can say punctuation marks are included here, but means it's not possible to go through all the punctuation marks. I just select here some important one. Okay, so see some important points for using these punctuation marks. First one is full stop. Okay, so how you use full stop, see there is no need, means these are the points that you not means these are we can say some errors that you always do in your writing. So I just selected that errors here. See full stop, so there is no need to write another full stop if the sentence ends with abbreviation. If I'm saying BA, so after BA you already put here full stop. So after BA, it's not important that you use another full stop. You have to use if you write down like this, you have to use comma there. Then LLB, MA, that type of words, that type of abbreviations. Then see, it is however wrong to use full stop after one's signature at the end of a letter. We always do that. That when we sign anywhere, so we use that full stop, but this is the wrong thing. So don't use that full stop in your signature at the end of a letter. Okay. Then interrogative sentence. If you are going to through interrogative sentence, see, the note of interrogation is not used after after an indirect question. If I'm saying where he lived, where did he live, so at that at the time I use that we can say interrogation mark. But if I'm saying he asked me where I lived, means this is a indirect question. I'm not asking here directly to this question. So this is an indirect question. So at the time, there is no need of use this interrogative mark. Then see, exclamation. The use of the note of exclamation after O. See this sentence, oh brother, listen to me. You means it's not needed that you use exclamation mark here, that oh, then exclamation mark, brother, listen to me. Okay, this is means this mistake always we can say does by everyone. Okay, so here see, the use of note of exclamation after O is often misused. The proper use of to use is to place the same after the noun of when interjection O occurs before the nominative of address. Example, see, oh brother, you have to use here exclamation mark, listen to me. Then comma. Okay, if the we can say the sentence comes like this, see, India, comma, Pakistan and Bangladesh constitute the Indian subcontinent. Okay, so and is generally not followed by a comma. This and it's not followed by the comma. This mistakes always done by everyone. See, we if we use here comma, then Pakistan we or means habitually we just put here comma, and Bangladesh we just write down this sentence as like, but this is a wrong. And in your exam or in your competitive exam, they just they just you just make that type of errors. Okay, then quotation. See, there is one note about the quotation, that if a reported speech or a quotation occurs within a reported speech or a quotation, the inner reported speech or quotation will be marked by single inverted commas. See, Sham said to me, comma, double inverted comma, my mother says, then comma, and whatever his mother says, you have to write down in single inverted comma. See, you should not play with Ram. If this mother says is not there, then you can use double inverted comma here. But here we see that the reported speech or that quotation has the inner reported speech or quotation. So we always write down that type of sentence as Sham said to me, my mother says, comma, single inverted comma, you should not play with Ram. And here single inverted comma is complete, means so you have to put here single inverted comma and also give double inverted comma here. Okay. So this is about quotation. Then see, subject verb agreement is there. Find the subject of each sentence. Okay, when you go through the sentence, you should know about the subject. Okay, and everyone means you are mature students, so you know about that. See, Means it's not a new thing that you don't know the subject. Everyone know that. Everyone knows. Okay. So find the subject of each sentence. Then find the verb that goes with the subject. Like if I'm saying I write, okay, then I have to use the verb as I write. If I'm saying she writes, so I should know that when the subject is as a she, so I have to use this verb as like writes, means we have to put their suffix as s or es. Then see, the subject and the verb should match in number, meaning that if the subject is plural, the verb should be as well, and vice versa. Means here I just give one example. Students at the university level usually is very busy. Okay, this is a wrong sentence. That I'm saying students, this is a plural, means this noun is plural here. So what I'm saying, students at the university level usually is very busy. This is, I use this is here wrongly. So how I edited this sentence? See, students at the university level usually are very busy. What I'm saying, are very busy, means here I use that are. Okay, so these are called some errors in writing. If you go through that errors, there are many errors like articles, when you use articles. So it's not possible that cover all the topics here within this short time. Okay, but you should also know about the articles. Okay, so these are the things which I want to share with you. Okay, then this is the last uh, phase of my lecture. I'm just saying that thank you. And here I just quoted one line, sorry, some lines here. See, an error doesn't become a mistake until you refuse to correct it. It gives by that Orlando Batista. Okay, so what he says that an error doesn't become a mistake, means error, it's not our mistake until you refuse to correct it. जब तक आप एरर को करेक्ट नहीं करते तब तक वो आपकी मिस्टेक नहीं बनेगी. आप क्या करेंगे, नकार देंगे उसको करेक्ट करने का कि नहीं मुझे करेक्ट ही नहीं करना है, तो इट विल बिकम योर, व्हाट वी आर सेइंग, दैट एन एरर डजंट बिकम अ मिस्टेक, इट्स नेवर बिकम अ मिस्टेक until you refuse to correct it. जब तक आप उसको रिफ्यूज नहीं करते करेक्ट करने के लिए. Okay, so these are the, we can say that, errors which we do in our day-to-day life. Okay, now here, this is the end of my lecture. Hope you enjoying it. Hope it will means useful in your future or in your life or in your academic, we can say academic session. Okay, so thank you here. Thank you very much for giving me such an opportunity. If you have any question, you can ask me. Have you any queries, any difficulty? Okay. Archana, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, Archana, but I want to pin you 1 minute. What is your
Okay.
name here?
Sonali Suryavanshi.
Okay. just searching Archana here. So, Archana, on your video.
Okay, ma'am. May I start, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Very good evening to all. It's an honor to have been asking to offer a vote of thanks. On behalf of college and entire Department of English, I, Archana Suryanshi, very heartily gratitude to the guest of today's session, Miss Harsha Shende ma'am, for sharing her graceful words with us in today's session. I would like to thank my sincere thanks to the principal of the college, Dr. Sumit Maitre sir, for his support and cooperation. I would like to thank Dr. Pranjali Kane ma'am and Ragha Tate sir. I am thankful to all the participants for the sincerely attending today's session, as well as very thankful to the sponsors of the session. I would like to give big thanks to Miss Deepika Vad for her wonderful anchoring. I also want to thank all the lecturers for their cooperation in today's session. We are fortunate to thank the dedicated and well motivated team of our college. Thank you. Here today's session is over. Students, please visit Google Classroom for the feedback link, assignment questions and quiz. Thank you. Thank you very much.